Sorry about that. I should have caught the time thing before I asked you the question.
Oh no, it's fine. Instagram was like, wait a minute, they start talking about political issues.
We gotta censor this a little bit.
You got 30 seconds. So the question was just, just in regards to just how people are
It's really just how you're like you just said, it's a personal thing. I just want to know personally, like, how has what you felt 5 or so years ago versus how it is now, and kind of how they are correlated.
Really, how I felt then is how I feel now. In my honest opinion, every current struggle for civil liberties, is pretty much the same process. It's every person, race, gender, or sexuality having to go to the government that's controlled by older white men and asking them for fair and equal treatment, whether it's women's empowerment, LGBTQ, Black Americans, Latinos, Asians, everyone's asking for similar things. Meanwhile, you've got a government of older white men that don't even believe that our problems exist half the time, So it's almost like they treat it like it's a made up narrative. And as soon as, one of us is in power or, high ranking official, it feels like, all hell breaks loose because, they feel like they're losing control. Personally, for me, honestly, I'm just not a fan of asking someone to treat you kindly who's done harm to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a battered wife going to a husband who's beat her for years and now trying to get him to understand. That's just not the way it works, Mm-hmm. And just honestly, as a Black man, I just feel like, we have to stop equating freedom to having what white people have. It's not the same thing. We've had our entire history just wiped away from us. Imagine somebody burning down your house and everything you own because they didn't feel like you belonged there. Now you go to them and ask for money or to replace what they destroyed, and they tell you to get the fuck out of there, So they tell you, well, you had the same opportunity as us to build this house. So at that point, are you going to want to talk, or are you going to want to destroy everything that they own? So that's why a lot of people, protest, riot, and loot. So, I honestly just don't think this will ever end, and it's not even to be just pessimistic about it, but I just feel like if Black people ever got equal rights, or I feel like some white people or some other races would have an issue with that because it's more power than they're used to seeing us have, which makes and that makes some people uncomfortable. And although we have allies that will stand with us and march with us, at the end of the day, a lot of them have racist parents that they won't stand up to their racist parents. Mm-hmm. And they know they can't date a Black person. They can't bring a Black person home. They don't want their children to date Black people. So, and a lot of times, a lot of people come from racist families. And I feel like if you're against racism, stand up to your own family, stand up to your own people and fight for us. But a lot of times their families don't respect it because they're like, hey, we don't like Black people, but we'll see you on Thanksgiving. So, it's just one of those things, man. We got to be all in this together. So,
right. Well, I appreciate you so much for taking the time. Is there anything else that you want to add or promote?
I just want to just send love to everybody who tuned in, everybody who's been supportive of me and my career through all the ups and downs. I would just encourage, a lot of art. I would encourage people to support the artists that they love financially if they can. This music industry was already in a weird place prior to COVID. And even though a lot of artists don't say it, there are a lot of artists right now that are struggling financially and emotionally to stay afloat because there's no shows going on. There's a lot of things that they don't have. I've been, just fortunate enough to be able to, have, make money outside of music. So the pandemic hasn't affected me as much as some other people. But, I would just encourage people to support the artists they like. And I would encourage artists just to, find other creative outlets and other streams of revenue. Because it's like, if you look at this, we can't be dependent on all of these platforms and record labels and things like that. Because, I remember a quote, I think it was Little Brother said that, when the music's gone, when the money's gone out of this industry, it's just going to be the real ones rapping. And that's what it is right now. So I would just encourage, people to just be creative and take care of yourself emotionally. We all love social media, but, I always say social media will it will find things you hate and things that you love. So you got to just kind of just be careful with what you consume every day. Don't consume too much negativity, and just stay positive, stay healthy. And that's all I would say.
And so how can people keep up with what you're coming out with? Is it here, or is there a site?
Yeah, so pretty much right now, it's just the Instagram, the Twitter, Facebook. I had an artist website, but the truth of the matter is people don't go to artist websites anymore. People don't want to leave social media to go to something else. Right. It's got to be right there for them. So I'm just I'm a web search away. I'm on social media, not as much as I probably need to be, but I'm here. So, and when the music comes out, just check out my Bandcamp. Stay in the loop, because whenever I drop something, the people on Bandcamp get it first, because they seem to be just my strongest following. I know if I drop something right now, I know how many people from Bandcamp is going to support it, regardless of what I put out and things like that too. So, but yeah, and as far as iTunes and different things like that, I own 99% of my catalog. So you never have to buy my stuff wondering if I'm getting the money. I'm getting pretty much all the money when it comes down to it. So
that's amazing. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
All right. Thank you very much. And peace to you.